Avatar: The Last Airbender may be the best children's show to ever exist, because this show literally defined a generation's era. Picking out one scene to talk about from this masterpiece of a show was probably the hardest part to this video, because there's so many great moments to choose from. Great character defining scenes that on a first watch may impact your life going forward. But there's just this one scene about an end to a sibling feud that I just can't help but talk about.
I know, but I can take her this time. There's something off about her. I can't explain it, but she's slipping.
A character having confidence is great, but the reason why this single line hit so hard is because we saw Zuko earn every ounce of that confidence. And seeing characters grow and develop through the show may not have been any more clear than between these two. Because this battle, this sibling feud goes way back to every flashback that brought us straight to this moment.
She's a true prodigy.
You'll never catch up.
And how poetic is it that this final Agni takes place right where their journey began. But when writing these characters, the brilliance comes from the paths each took to get to this moment. If we're starting off with Zuko, then we're starting off with one of the best characters in fiction. I don't know if we as an audience have been more captivated by a character going from villain to hero in any other piece of media. And the pairing between him and Uncle Iroh is marvelous, just marvelous. The best part of watching Zuko walk down this path may have been the storytelling when seeing him inch closer and closer to what Uncle Iroh was trying to bring out of him. Every grimace, every display of growth and relapse, even every apology for that relapse is 100% felt through the screen.
I was never angry with you. I was sad because I was afraid you lost your way.
Zuko's character shows what true growth looks like. It's captivating rooting for the underdog in a story, but seeing the ups and the downs in a journey, seeing the non-linear path that comes with progressing, and then seeing all those things brought together is what makes people call Zuko's journey a masterpiece. The theme of honor in his arc that's mixed with overcoming pride and finding peace within himself is once again very mature for a kid's show, but also every bit of what makes Avatar: The Last Airbender special, because that's storytelling, making the whole journey of a character mean something. But then there's Azula, and let's just say her journey had a little more heat to it. Is it wrong if I secretly love Azula's story? Because if Zuko's journey was about triumph and courageousness, then I would say Azula's is about brokenness and about tragedy. I don't even know if it's Azula's fault that she fell victim to becoming a villain in this story. But the way it's written, the way her story is presented on screen in these final closing hours of Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would argue it's almost impossible to not have empathy for her. I think it all started with the relationship with her mother. She was talented enough to get the conditional love from her father, but that love from a mother that's so difficult to replicate was somewhere missed through her childhood.
I could sit here and complain how our mom liked Zuko more than me, my own mother. Thought I was a monster.
This context made every one of her absurd, sporadic, and maybe broken emotions be somewhat rationalized. And it's not to say that her actions were right or justified, because I don't know if I honestly think that they are. But what I do know is that looking through the screen at her broken mirror, reflecting her mental state of mind, made me feel empathy towards her. What I do know is that no person, no child should have to carry the weight of resentment and trauma that her character carried through this story. And when people talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender being one of the greatest shows of all time, these are the reasons why. This is a kid's show, but the lessons learned, the topics covered offer so much more insight and depth that many other shows in any age group don't. The amount of care and emotions you feel for someone who is the villain of the show is one of the many great accomplishments this story had with its characters. But getting back to this point has been different paths for both. For Zuko, his journey has been one of redemption, one of making it back to himself, and the scene that was delivered shows how noble of a journey it was that he took. The first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this scene specifically is how beautiful it is. How amazing this show was at creating something so eye-catching on the show's biggest stage. Because everything has meaning, every flame, every determined look, every part of the score, and that score. This is how you tell a story through a scene. The moments where there is no score and all you can hear are the footsteps between the two are also beautiful. It makes you feel something profound through each silent moment. And when you put these two characters in a scene like this, two characters who have so much development and backstory, it's almost bound to give you something special on screen. The story being told in every action and every reaction is maybe not anywhere near shy of perfect. But above all the flashy cinematography, above all the Easter eggs and connections that everyone has been pointing out over the past 2 decades, the thing that might be my favorite about this scene is the message it leaves behind. It's the message behind the journey and paths of two people, two different characters with different character, and how that influenced their future. I've always found Azula's moment here heartbreaking because behind the bold statements and all the talent was just a girl who wanted to feel loved. And it's the emotion, the tears in her eyes, the desperate and unhinged breath of fire while being handcuffed that reaches the viewer on a deeper level. It's like they knew exactly how to portray her broken state of mind and heart in this moment. And as heartbreaking as it is to watch Azula in this moment, I love what all this says about Zuko. After seeing how hard this character fought through his arc, knowing that all he overcame is being paid off in this moment is satisfying. And it's leaving behind the message that actually choosing to do good and be good doesn't just lead to losing, but instead leads to winning. Yeah, I think that's the message I like. Because Zuko did the hard work, and the work was very hard. Often not linear, but he got to triumph in the end. So if you're asking me, what makes this scene special? It's the damage that gets turned into diamond, the payoff felt at the end of a long journey, the drive for honor and pride traded for finding purpose by looking within. I think the story told masterfully, elegantly, and powerfully with that rich message is what makes this scene slapped in the middle of a kids show so special.